What's good? What's good? Y'all got the bar guide on.
It's your girl KCJ.
Yeah, this Ryder, yo.
This is Real Deal, man.
This QP, man. R3.
And it's the one and the only, you understand what I'm saying? Double bar build.
Trey Dennis, if you didn't know, finish showing what it's hitting for.
It's silly.
And this is Danger Zone, and you're listening to the Barcode on Compete Street Radio.
All right, so we're on the cusp of another NBA Finals. Shout out to the Golden State Warriors, I guess. I know our beloved Lele didn't like to hear that.
Shout out KD for getting that ring.
The Warriors that knocked Lele off the the show for the night. She's still recovering.
Shout out Lele.
Shout out to Lele. Get well soon. I know it's rough, but so yeah, we're on the cusp of another NBA season. So we're gonna hop into full NBA mode right now. So I think I'm gonna cue this music up.
Let us hear.
The NBA on Compete Street. NBA tonight is going to stand for National BattleRap Association.
They're the bias train.
That's Lele in the bias train going by. He's here in spirit. He's here in spirit. So, all right. So what we're going to do here is compare some of the NBA's all-time greats to some of BattleRap's all-time greats and legends. We just gonna compare who's who. So I threw out about 14 names. Me and Neo decided to debate on about 14 names, 14 NBA legend names. So I guess we're gonna start with the GOAT, or the general consensus GOAT, which is Michael Jordan. So, who would you compare Michael Jordan with from BattleRap?
I just want to say this. This was like, I just put this together, so I might have missed some people. So, you know what I mean? Maybe next year if I got more time. But today, I feel hard for MJ, man.
Arsenal. Wow.
Yeah. I say he disrespectful, and he put in work. He just put in that work. Like I can't. He worked a lot. I can't hate on ours, man. I had to give him that.
That's interesting. I don't even know if I have Arsenal. Do I have Arsenal on my list? I do have Arsenal on my list. For Jordan, I had to go with Mook.
Okay.
I had to go with Mook just because of impact and what he has done for BattleRap. I mean, he hasn't really done a lot for the BattleRap that we know now, as far as like leagues but I think his imprint on the game from years ago is why we were able to have the BattleRap, that we have now. I mean, he stepped in the ring a couple of times in the last few years. It wasn't, impactful or meaningful matches. I mean, he did.
That might be a good one then, because when he came back for the Wizards, he didn't really do too much.
Yeah,
he made a little noise.
Little noise.
I could see that.
He definitely was like Jordan in the Wizards versus Lux Part 2, and then versus Iron Solomon. I mean, he did good. It was good. It wasn't great, but him versus Solomon was okay. Maybe because it was 5 rounds, and that maybe it was just a little too long. But so yeah, I have Jordan. So how about LeBron? Did you come up with anybody for LeBron?
For Bron, this was real hard, but for Bron, I just put Tay-Rod, man. He be beasting on LeBron. I gave that one a rock.
Tay-Rod. Interesting. So, for LeBron, I'm going to go Disaster.
Yes. And I'm mad that I ain't put this on my list. This ain't me to cut this time.
The reason I'm going with Disaster is he's been doing it for a while. He's good at what he does when he focuses, but his game tends to be a little sloppy. There's not really a lot of finesse to his game. He can bang with just about anybody,
Right.
I think. And he has his some masterful moments, like his performances against Cannabis and DNA, are some of the top performances in battle rap history. And he has some big numbers, like those two battles that I just mentioned, like are some high viewed battles. I think him and DNA are like 4 million. Him and Cannabis are maybe at about 3 million. So yeah, but I just think his game is just a little sloppy, or at times anyway. So that's where I got Disaster from. Did you come up with anybody for Magic Johnson?
For Magic?
Mm-hmm.
I just did basically I gave it deluxe.
I thought about giving it deluxe, but I didn't. But all right, why do you say that?
Well, I just gave it deluxe because I feel like he an OG. You know what I'm saying? And Magic now not playing ball. He just he teaching people, and I feel like that's how Lux came back. You know what I mean? Kind of like he's a battle rap, but he kind of teaches too, so you learn some shit fucking with Lux. You know what I mean? Or at least you have to wake up when Lux come in the game. So that's why I picked him.
Dope. So for Magic, I gave it to Hitman Holla.
Okay.
Because I just feel like Magic performs on the court. You know what I mean? It's like a showcase. Like the Showtime Lakers was mostly the Showtime Lakers because of Magic. So he was more of a performance guy on the court, and the numbers match the performance. I think Hitman Holla is the highest view per battle rapper ever. He doesn't have the most views, but his views per battle is probably the highest out of anybody. And that just goes to show his flashy type performance. So that's why I gave Magic. How about Larry Bird?
Bird, I gave it the Iron Song. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of course, because he's white. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he shoot he come with some bars. He definitely an OG in this shit, and I feel like he definitely can compete with some of the best. You know what I'm saying? Even today, I still like him. I'm still excited to see his name on the card when it do come up.
Right. I gave Bird to Real Deal.
Yeah.
I just think Real Deal was able, because Real Deal can actually survive. He's one of the few that can survive and do good in KOTB and URL. I feel like the fact that he's able, because it's no secret. It's not easy for white battlers to get over on URL.
Right.
So I just think he's able to do that better than anybody else, any of the other, white battle rappers. I think he's able to, project to any audience. And he's able to control just about any crowd. So that's why I gave Bird to Real Deal. And Real Deal's dope, man. He's a dope battler. All right, Dr. J. How about Dr. J? Do you have anybody you could compare to Dr. J?
Oh, shit. Nah, I don't think I had. I ain't had nobody for Dr. J. It was I think it was a mix-up because my 14th person was KD.
Okay.
Yeah, so I ain't had Dr. J on the list on him.
So for Dr. J,
I think of somebody real quick.
Dr. J, I'm gonna go with Conceited. For the reason he kind of brought a new whole aspect into the game. And he brung the flashiness aspect into the game. Kind of like Dr. J's game with like he made it like high flying, and like Jordan like emulated Dr. J, but he was just able to be better. But Dr. J brought that whole aspect into the game, that whole style, kind of like Conceited did with the slow it downs and bring it back. Even though, you know, there's no secret that Conceited didn't really come up with that.
Right.
He made it famous, and you know, he brought it to the game. So
I'm gonna say real quick. I'm gonna put Cass right there. That's for one, like an OG. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely like I don't think he came up with the style, but like as far as like hearing rap like that was me personally. That's me. I heard it from him first, like hearing them punchlines like that.
Cassie is actually a very good one for Dr. J. Yeah, he was like, I mean, punchlines was around, but they were more so-called metaphors back before. So yeah, Cassidy kind of made it famous. So, how about Wilt Chamberlain?
All right, so for Wilt, I gave it to DNA, not on the OG aspect of it, but like as far as like the numbers, like this nigga battle like every day. You know what I'm saying? And he's consistent with it. So I'm gonna give it to DNA. Like he definitely be consistent. Like it's rare that you're gonna see him choke. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gave it to DNA.
I gave Wilt to Charlie Clips. Because as far as like big numbers, I think Clips has bodied the most top tier people out of anybody. He bodied Verb. He bodied Rex. I might be missing somebody there. But he has like bodied some of the top people who's hard, like people who's hard to body. In my opinion, he bodied Tay-Rock, you know, a long time ago.
Long time. Not the second time.
Yeah, not the second time. But even though Charlie gets a lot of slack because he's basic, you know, he's predictable. So I kind of compare that to the underarm Wilt Chamberlain foul shot in a sense. So the underhand throw. But I mean, Charlie has put up some big numbers and some unmatchable performances. Even still with him, you know, being predictable and basic or whatever the case is. So that's why I give Wilt to Charlie. And he you know, he's just one of the biggest names all time. So how about Bill Russell?
Bill Russell, I gave the Mook. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, he the OG. That's why I gave it. I gave it the Mook because he the OG. You know, and he he definitely started. He definitely like. I feel like he paid. He really like him and other people. Like, he really paved the way. Like from the BattleRap. You know what I'm saying? From the Smack beat when they first like started. That's why I give it to like. I don't know if Bill Russell was there when NBA first started, but he been there for a while.
Yeah, he helped, you know, bring a wider audience to the NBA. I gave Bill Russell the Arsenal. Just on the sense that he has a lot of accomplishments without the flash and the, you know, like the flash and glamour. He pretty much just has the accomplishments. He doesn't have like big moments as far as like all time great bars or anything, but like he's consistent and he's been around since battle rap really started to be formed into leagues. Like, he was around since the Lions Den. Got his own league, so I look at that as, like, Bill Russell was a player coach, player and a coach at the same time. So, he got his own league. He put his own events together, and he's battled just about everywhere. So that's why I gave it the Arsenal.
I like that.
So for Kareem, did you have anybody for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
For Kareem, I gave it to Hollow. You know what I'm saying? Another one that was like kind of there from the start. Like, not the start, but like as far as like internet battle rap.
Mm-hmm.
So and I just think like he definitely like as far as like I haven't seen anything like body. Like, even if it was like close, it was like his battles be always debatable.
Right.
And that kind of make him one of the best. And they don't really talk about Kareem as far as best, but he took them stats. Man never lost. They said he was balling. So
I gave Kareem to Loaded Lux. Just because, on a sense, as far as accomplishments, he's right up there with Jordan, neck and neck. Jordan is just a bigger name, but like Kareem is the all-time leader in points. He has just the same amount of championships as Jordan, I think, and maybe have one more MVP if I'm not mistaken. I think Kareem has 6 to Jordan's 5, or they're both tied at 5, something like that. But I don't know, because the biggest debate about who's the greatest is always Lux or Mook, and sometimes Hollow too, but mainly it's always Lux and Mook. So I put Lux right there with Kareem. Just in a sense, I feel as though Lux played longer than Mook did, because he's still out here, bumping heads with people. So he put a little bit more time in for battle rap as far as Mook did, I feel. That's why I gave Kareem Lux. So how about Allen Iverson?
For AI, I gave it to Surf, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he definitely like changed, like, as far as style wise, like his style definitely kind of changed the game with Smack. Like, when he came on the scene, man, I just got him for like on some shit like we talk about practice, like that's what I think about when I hear AI. That's like. That's what I hear, like practicing out, and that sounds like something Surf would say, like, you know what I mean? And free Surf too.
Free Surf. I actually almost gave Surf AI, but I actually went with Hollow to Dime. Just in a sense, I kind of hated to do this because AI really doesn't have any championships. Not to say he doesn't have accomplishments. I think championships is the only thing he's missing. But I think pound for pound, a lot of people say pound for pound, AI was the best. Pound for pound, Hollow is probably the best because he gives you a full arsenal. He can rebuttal. He can punch. He can joke. He can scheme. He can do a little bit of everything. So I think when it comes to talking about pound for pound, the best all time, I think Hollow was right there, similar to what people say about AI. That's why I gave AI Hollows. So how about Kobe?
I gave it to Rex. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, as you can see, when Rex first started, this month he was like he was on some mustache and shit. Same with Kobe, but towards the end of Kobe's career, he started like getting injuries, and his stats kind of went down a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what's kind of happened in the Rex, and then he's getting the spark back from his last battle. I seen the spark, and when Kobe finally left the game, he fought like 61 in his last game, I think.
60, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it's looking like. I give it to Rex. I fought with Kobe and I fought with Rex, so I had to put him there.
All right, I gave Kobe the Surf just because on a simple fact that he's chasing Luke. you know, Kobe chased Jordan his whole life. He's chasing the battle with Mook. And he's Surf is one of the most like deadliest as far as like deadly scorers. Like Surf is deadly.
Yeah, definitely.
Surf has a kill mentality. That seems to never get turned off like Kobe. So that's where I got the Surf and Kobe comparison from. All right, how much longer we got? All right, we got a few minutes. All right, so Karl Malone. Did you have anybody for Karl Malone? The mailman.
I basically gave it to Calico. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely like, I mean, he beats when he go hard, he be decent. So I don't really got too much of like to say. I just had to say I gave it to Calico.
I gave Malone, the mailman, to Averb.
That's a good one.
Just on the simple fact that it's like you said with Calico, like when he come to beats, he really can when he wants to. Karl Malone is the number 2 scorer of all time as far as points. Verb might be the greatest from the Midwest region ever. Out of everybody from the Midwest, and I don't think Verb gets mentioned. It's kind of like Kanan said about himself. Like he never really gets mentioned a lot when it comes to the great. Like nobody's ever really going to call him the greatest, but I think he should be up there as one of the greatest ever. So I gave Karl Malone a Verb. Charles Barkley. Do you have anybody for Barkley?
You know I had to give it to half a gallon good. Basically because for one, they were saying that Charles Barkley he liked to drink a little bit, you know what I mean? And good definitely liked to drink. But they said Charles liked to drink, party, gamble, but he still when he came to play he was a monster, so and he talked that shit so good, so that's basically it.
I like that comparison in the sense that they both can say whatever they want. Like they just say what they want. Barkley is definitely like that. Good is like that. The Good just be up there doing what he want to do. I like that one. I gave Barkley to Tay-Rock.
Oh, all right.
That's because Barkley was small for his position, but he went down there and banged with just about anybody. Shaq, David Robinson, Ewing, whoever. He wasn't scared to bang with anybody. And I think that's kind of how Tay-Rock is. Like, Tay-Rock will battle anybody. And he even before his name was as big as it is, like, that's pretty much how he got his name. Because, he was willing to battle just about anybody. He's still calling people out. So that's why I gave Barkley to Tay-Rock. Oscar Robinson. Anybody for Oscar?
I just gave it to Ice basically because he's just an OG, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got.
So who did you give it to?
Ice.
Ice.
Yeah,
Ice. I like that. I gave Oscar Robinson to Goods. Just because of their unorthodox play style. And I don't know. I just Oscar Robinson is somebody who, he was before my time, but as a student of the game, a student of the sport, somebody I learned about, somebody I looked up, and it's somebody I just respect. What he was able to do, records that haven't been broken until this past year. Just seeing how how orthodox his style was, so that's why I threw Goods in there. Tim Duncan.
All right. So Tim, I gave it to Serious Jones because, they both got that basic, like it's basic, but they still go hard. Like even though it's basic, it's just like they still be going hard. Tim Duncan definitely can't be stopped like with his basic shit. But Serious Jones, like he comes with the same basic material, like he still be rhyming. So that's who I gave it to.
Well, who else does that sound like to you? What other battle rapper? Because I feel like I'm about to say the exact same thing that you said about Sirius to the person that I picked for Tim. So who else does that sound like to you?
Who is it?
DNA.
Oh, DNA.
DNA is just the same stuff. You know what you're gonna get out of DNA, but he come prepared. And he don't play around. He's a nice guy like Tim Duncan. I've seen Tim Duncan get hit with one technical, like before ever in his life. You know, he's a nice guy. And, I mean, it is what it is with DNA. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. Mr. Fundamental, 4-bar setup. That's pretty much it.
Right. I agree. That's a good one.
So you mentioned KD earlier. It's kind of not. It's kind of hard to not go in this one direction for KD. But all right, let me hear it. What you got?
Shine. Zip him up. You know what I'm saying?
K-Shine.
Basically because, you know, he left the Dot Mob, you know what I'm saying? And then exploded with NWA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going back and forth with his brother. You know what I'm saying? They faced each other and he got ring, you know what I'm saying? So
perfect. Now, ironically, this is like the only one we actually agree. I mean, you definitely had some good choices, but this is the only thing we picked the same one for. This is obvious. I mean, you already said it. You left one team and went to another team and became an even bigger brand. He's on ESPN now. He's doing BET. So the Dot Mob was the Thunder, was OKC, and now he's at NWX, the Warriors.
Right.
Doing his thing. Got himself a ring.
Yeah. So.
And one more I added, because of course with me being Dirk Nowitzki bias, I went and added Dirk. So for Dirk, I put Shotty Horror, just because he's like probably the best international battler. It would have been out of him or Sharon.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Sharon.
Just for like in the international sense, but I don't know. I'd probably go with Shotty there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
it's a more Shotty, but
yeah, I mean Shotty doesn't battle that often, but you know he has some big battles. I think him and Arsenal is at like 10 million views now, which is major. So yeah, that's it. That's it for that. So this was the NBA on Compete Street. Good stuff though. Good stuff.
Compete Street, you already know, man. Competition, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like we compete on the fucking streets, nigga.